I'd like to share a really fun experience that happened for me this week. So, I did my webinar this week on my birthday, which went wonderfully. And as part of that, I do the webinar myself. I do the questioning. I do the thinking about what it is that I really want in the areas of my life that I want to, and I come up with a vision, an idea of what it is that I'm desiring more of in my life. And for me, this time, it's always going to be different. Every time you do this, if you're in the now, God is going to speak to you in a different way. So it's really important to not have preformed visions that are stagnant and not willing to evolve. So every time that you come to this question, what would I love? Let it be open. Let it be, come to God with open hands of this is my vision, but, let it change. So this time, in looking at what would I love, what I really felt a lot of desire for, this longing, but also the discontent in the way my life is right now, was in the community of women. I really, the women's retreat really, was fed me in that way, and I really want to nurture women friends. And I was talking to Jim about that on the way. We went to a class this week. We went to tree school, which is also super exciting. We're going to learn how to we learned how to tap our maple trees. We're going to try to tap maple trees and make maple syrup this winter. We have broadleaf maple, which is a very different flavor, but also still a wonderful syrup. We got to taste it. But we were on our way. It was about an hour class. We drove to these classes that were all day, and it was about an hour drive. And on the way, we were talking about, I was sharing that I really wanted to spend more time with women. I really wanted to nurture that friendships in my life. And while we were at tree school, we were sitting at a table, and the leader of the class asked us to introduce ourselves. And so this woman that was sitting at our table, she said, "Oh, I live right above the Sandy River." And we were like, "We live right above the Sandy River." And so, the Sandy River is quite long, so there's a lot of places that she could be living. Well, it turns out she lives about 2.5 miles from us. And those of you who know me, we live way out. We live 15 minutes from the nearest small town. And so to have somebody that's, just a few miles away was really interesting. I was very intrigued. I'm like, oh, that's fantastic. And the more we spent time with her, the more we got to know her, our youngest son, Sam, just graduated from Carleton College, which is in Minnesota. Their two children, I don't know if one of them's a son or not, their two children, the youngest one's name is Sam, but they're also both at Carleton College right now. And this is a 2,500 student college, so the likelihood of that is the whole day went on, and we just found thing after thing that we had in similarity. And I just feel like it's so important to think about the decisions that you make, to create a clear vision of what it is that you want, and to say, this is what I want to bring in my life. Because then your reticular activating system, which I talk about in the workshop and I talk about other times too, that's the thing in your brain that looks for what you're looking for. So I put to the universe, I made this decision that I was going to nurture women's relationships, my relationships with women. And I was thinking that I was going to have to go to town, and I was a little worried about, how I live so far out here, how is that going to happen? And but once you make a decision about something that you want to bring in your life, the universe rushes in to support you. So this week, I really invite you to think very consciously, take time away from your busyness, away from the Facebook and the other distractions in your life, and to really think about what would you love. And this vision, you can have a dream at any stage in life, at any age, at any situation that you're finding yourself in. You can have that dream and start the universe making progress toward that dream for you. So this particular dream right now for me was nurturing women, but we had the same vision for finding a house. I had a vision for losing weight and getting fit. and all of these things. If I make a decision, then the universe rushes in and can support you in that. So I invite you this week to think about what it is you would love to bring into your life and make a decision about that, making it happen, and just watch the magnificent. And I'd love it if you posted, comments about ways that you have manifested things that decisions you've made and the successes that you've had. Blessings.